Welcome back to Rowrah in Cumbria for Heat 3 of the Micromax UK Championships, round 5 here at Rowrah, and it is Sebastian Corking on the front row, on pole, and he's already won the first 2 heats. That is ominous for Rory Armstrong, who's starting this one in P5. Armstrong's championship advantage as he goes past Ollie Hipkins. He's got to get moves done early here, can't afford to be sitting around in P5. And I say that, but of course he is still 5th place despite passing Hipkins. So that is Sebastian Corking, who's won the first 2 heats from James Roberts. That's Charlotte Stanley in 3rd, then Braden Boyd on the 88. On the 68 is Armstrong, and that is an absolute disaster. He loses the back end, just tags the back of one of the carts, and he is not only down in 7th, he is a mile behind in 7th with his championship competitor Sebastian Corking, who's already won the first 2 heats, well out front already. He's got a 6 or 7 cart length advantage. What an absolute killer for Rory Armstrong, the man from Northern Ireland, to come all this way with the championship lead. And this is not looking good as things stand. Where is he? There he is. You can see the whole field from the drone. This is why the drone is so great. It just allows you to get a good overall view of who is where as we wait for Armstrong. There he is to come into the picture, into McRae's hairpin, with it all to do. Went up the inside, had a look, tried to back out of it, tagged the cart in front, and that spun him round on the back end. There is Armstrong with everything to do now. What can he do from there? That's the question. With Corking out front, and he's already won the first 2 heats. This is going to be a 3 heat and final win here for Corking, unless somebody can do something about it. And when I say somebody, it's really Roberts and Armstrong who's been closest to him this weekend so far. But have they got his pace? It doesn't look like they have, and Corking already has got a comfortable lead. This looks like Corking's as things stand with 5 minutes on the clock. Armstrong, he's just about now limiting the damage. How many people can he catch and overtake? That's the question. Corking sets the fastest lap. So he's setting fastest lap after fastest lap after fastest lap in both of the heats so far. And then this one, the final heat of the weekend. And the grid positions at the moment will be going the way of Sebastian Corking for the final. He'll be the man on pole if it stays like this, no doubt. That is Armstrong we're following there. So Corking, Roberts, Charlotte Stanley in behind, then Braden Boyd, Ollie Hipkins, and then Aston Brown now in 6th place, but in close attendance. It's close for that midfield battle, no doubt, and getting closer to James Roberts is Charlotte Stanley on the 22. Charlotte Stanley out of Paddock Bend chasing James Roberts. Roberts is 3rd in the championship overall based on drop scores as things stand. Corking sets another fastest lap. So it's just a case of by how far at the moment for Sebastian Corking. And Rory Armstrong, he is getting closer, so you'd expect him to pick off some of these drivers in front. That's Braden Boyd picked out. He's leading this battle for 4th place as things stand, but he's going to come under pressure from Ollie Hipkins, and indeed James Roberts looks like he's going to come under pressure as he just go under the drone. That's Roberts and Stanley. And then we've got this little battle, 4th, 5th and 6th, with Armstrong getting closer. That's Boyd, Hipkins and Aston Brown. They come through the left-hander at Sunny Bend. Hipkins will look up the inside. Does he in paddock? He does. And slides by. That's a nice move. James Robert. Oh, we've lost the leader! Sebastian Corking is off in Paddock Bend going into the turn. There he is! He's put a couple of wheels on the grass. It was out of shot of the cameras. I was just about to say, why is James Roberts the new leader? Well, that is why. Oh, what an absolute disaster for Sebastian Corking. He was going to be leading the championship after this round. He's shaking his head. He knows there was nobody near him, so there's no contact. He knows he's made a mistake. It looks like he's dipped a couple of wheels on the grass, according to the cameraman who wasn't following him. We were following the battle in behind because he was so far clear. But wow, what an incident that is. That now you can see Corking right at the back of the field, and of course his main competitor is Armstrong, and Armstrong's made his way past Aston Brown. There he is now. So Armstrong is up to 5th place. They go through the line. He's got 2 carts in front of him. These are important points here for Rory Armstrong. He will have seen that as well, and he will not only have seen it, he will have seen him stranded. He may not realise he's got going again. He's been pulled out by the marshal. but he will know he's sitting there, and this is, well, it's like a Christmas present for Armstrong. Alongside Braden Boyd, a little bit of contact between Armstrong and Boyd, and coming alongside is Aston Brown, who fancies a little sniff, but has to back out of it. So on the 360 camera, we were looking back at Aston Brown there. So, what drama here in Heat 3, just when we thought it was going to be 3 heats for Sebastian Corkin. He had a huge lead. He was leading by, I can't remember how far it was, but it was a good few seconds. And then coming into the right-hander here, the drivers will take a liberty if they can. They'll go as wide as they can to go through the turn as fast as they can. And he's just gone too wide, put a couple of wheels on the grass and spun himself round, then got stuck in the bark chippings and had to be pulled out. So it's not like he's made a mistake, gone off and managed to recover onto the tarmac. He's been sitting there while all of the karts go by. The marshal can't approach him because he's in a dangerous position until all the karts have passed, and that's what's happened. And then it's taken a while for him to be pulled out, so he's well down the field. He's some 30 seconds, so he's 26 seconds off the man in front, so he's not going to make that up with a minute on the clock. So now it's just about Armstrong. How many karts can Armstrong pass? And he's still stuck there in 5th place. There he is now. I would have expected him to have made a place up on that lap, but he's not done it. Corking set the fastest lap, not a surprise, but that's no good. He needs track position, needs to get past the drivers, and he's not going to do that from where he is in 7th place. Armstrong here with just 38 seconds on the clock or so, down to the hairpin. That's another overtaking opportunity gone by. That's another one passed him by. He's going to have a look up the inside here, is he? No, he can't get past into Iredale's either. So he's got a lap and a half remaining. He's got to get past the 2 karts in front. There's no doubt about it, to limit the damage as he goes past Boyd now. So that's one ticked off his list. Taking names, ticking them off. And now he's got just Ollie Hipkins in front. His good friend, they're sharing an awning this weekend. Now Hipkins will not be letting him by, let's be clear. They may be sharing an awning, they may be friends, but on track there are no friends. Last lap, and it is James Roberts, and this is good, by the way, for James Roberts, 3rd in the championship. He's got that first round he never competed at, but he can drop that 0 score from his championship total. So this is good for James Roberts out front. This will help him close the championship lead up, make it a little bit closer at the end of the day, and give him potentially, this could give him, can you believe it, could give him pole for the final. Charlotte Stanley having one of her best runs of the season as well. They're comfortably in 2nd place. It's a battle for 3rd. Armstrong's got to look down the inside. Is he going to get it done on Hipkins? He is. Hipkins goes by, and Boyd goes by as well. So Hipkins loses a couple in the S's, but Armstrong, that is so important for him. Those are extra points. That's 2 extra points he scored compared to what he would have finished the race on. It's Roberts that wins Heat 3 from Charlotte Stanley in 2nd. We wait for them to go by. That is Armstrong, Boyd, Hipkins and Aston Brown, with Sebastian Corkin in 7th place. A disaster for Corkin when he led the race early, and it's all to play for now in the final. Join us after the break. It could be a classic.